We back. We back. During the day? Wow, Mixie day streaming? Wow. Something truly amazing. I do need to get my art guy to redo the kid after he's done with frickin' everything for the frickin' re-debut. Hey, howdy, hi. Welcome back to the second part of reading the entirety of Homestuck in semi-canonical order from minimum wage. The goal is to read the entirety of Homestuck in semi-canonical order while making minimum wage. I've already made minimum wage for last stream. You can help me make minimum wage by either supaying or donating to me by Buy Me a Ko-fi. Key link in the description. All funds will go, 50%. Like, it's gonna be the same split that I do for myself for my work paycheck. So most of it will go to me. But instead of, like, straight up emergency, the 20%, will go back into the channel. But 50% will go to me, because I do not have a job. 30% is savings. So 30% just goes straight into my savings account, which accrues interest and is for taxes, if taxes become a thing. YouTube should be sending me my W-2. And the family tax guy should be able to tell me how much taxes I need to pay. So 30% goes into savings plus taxes. It's like savings and taxes. Actually, I haven't worked out my split. That's 35% to channel. 15% me, 30% savings, 20% emergencies plus taxes. Yeah, that sounds good. I was going based off, like, my actual job split. It was like, I don't have a job. Because I'm currently jobless. Hopefully after treatment I can continue to work a tradition. Wowee, budgeting on live stream. Bruh, if I've counted pens on stream. I think some reason that people come here is for basic arithmetic and a little bit of money math. It's like, yes, arithmetic, money math. But right now, you guys are here to read Homestuck. I'm just waiting for humans and a little bit of time to pass by for everyone to get their notifications and their little notification cubes. You know. Like a good VTuber. I'm just engaging in conversation in the interim. I should idly use a piece of tech taffy to... I also did according to my mom, very necessarily buy new shoes today. I did purchase shoes. Because my old pair of shoes, my old pair of Adidas are starting to lose traction. So it's like, Mixie, you're getting new shoes. It's like, okay. So we got socks and shoes. I got one pair of non-sneaker shoes. I got a pair of Doc Martens. And I got another pair of Adidas. But in the little line thing, there was some tech taffy. It's fine. Admittedly, there was a pet store next to, like, pet adoption / pet supply store. So we got to see the kitties. We got to go say hi to the kitties. So that made it all worth it. But while in line, there was this, like, thing of tech taffy. It's just like, what? Bet? My workplace is dusty. I would like the dust devouring goop. It's like, I have crippling allergies. Give me the dust consumption goop. So I'm idly using some tech taffy. To idly clean while I'm waiting for people to come in. I'm gonna wait for, like, the remainder of the minute, because I understand that people have lives and also just need to frickin' yeah. Because people need time to process and think and look and find and realize that, oh, things are happening, and then sort out what they need to do. Okay. And I also need to desperately dust. It's like, everything is dusty. Dusty heckin'. Volume 2 of Aesthetics, Crimson, and Otherwise. You stumble through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash-landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate. Desperate for information, provisions, possibly for a bit of medical attention. Along the way, you have had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, maybe even an encounter with an alien, meat products. You don't really want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not that picky. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone. Cerulean? I'm gonna... Gosh darn it, I need to look up the hemospectrum again. I think that is indigo, not cerulean. Are we going indigo or gold? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No. No, we don't do that. We ignore that. Dust distraction. Okay, we're gonna eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger, spider, toe, issue, hollers, let her go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Amnesia! Lo, what light broken through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks. Small figure approaches.
Oh my gosh! You
are so far you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks on an intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down, but it's kind of been a rough day. You brace yourself.
Cute!
Oh! She gives you a sweet, sincere smile.
I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas.
Boy, you hope that those ideas are about friendship. Now that you got a taste of it, you're hungry for more. You take a stumbling step forward, and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it cannot cure acute injury.
Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors.
Contributors? Cause you mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she runs sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her to a nearby building. Now that you're looking up for your Erasmus hump of companionship, you notice that you've wandered into an kind of upscale part of town. There are a lot less garbage and people collapsing into the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way.
Real quick, you don't happen to be an artist, do you?
Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact, much of a knack. Nah, never had much of a knack for it.
Oh, good. Friendship between artists can be so fraught. Much better just to keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way no one can get jealous.
As a person who does have an art friend, mood? The girl smiled walls even further. You feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac? She brought up friendship without having you to mention at all. Oh, puts a spring in your step, or as much as a spring as possible with a broken arm and a misaligned torso. I think art is pretty cool. Me too. She ain't wrong. It's like, artists are special. They're real special. Sometimes. Amicia leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that's probably nothing as that makes sense to you again. It's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you are jumping the gun with this descriptor, but you are feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wiggling her claws.
I wish I'd known I was gonna have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone.
You assure her whatever disaster house is couldn't be worse than any other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist's smock that's covered in splashes of paint. Yeah. Paint. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint, but couldn't it be anything else? Could it? It's every color of the rainbow. The elevator slides open and you descend to a space you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, a cloudy jar of water and sponges. I thought it was an ugly sweater. No, it's just a smock. Several easels stand between the windows to catch the light of 2 moons, and a number of canvases leave against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them.
First things first.
Amicia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything on your now-defunct spaceship. Tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols, then she indicates you should take off your sling.
Here, go ahead and stick it in here.
She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall, which you do because you are sure your new friends have the best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, it's still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your limbs about.
Calm down, you big wiggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. And you don't stop moving, it won't work.
Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She's looking at you hopefully, and she's so delicate, pretty, almost angelic. You can't look on her face and tell yourself it's gonna be okay. Finally, the hole releases and you pull out your arm to find it completely healed. You can even use your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up.
See? Told you.
This is great. You're overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Yes. We're gonna... I don't want to mess up. Close menu. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Beach shell. You thank Amnesia profusely, but you manage to keep your strictly verbal sword. Medicalizers are great. A part of the city is great. You need to get more rich friends. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See, this friendship stuff is easy.
Glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized, but it doesn't seem like a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think you're endearing how hopeless and trusting you are.
You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after your recent encounter with another girl in blue... Well, it all ended up okay, and Amicia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think pretty generous of her considering her what a disgusting mess you are at this point.
Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity.
Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed.
I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well, good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set a few things up before they get here?
Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh hell yeah! You're all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amnesia gives you another radiant smile. You live for their smiles, man. They're just so full of glowing nectar of bromance.
Perfect! Let's do this.
Is Amnesia... Like, sometimes... Okay, Friendsim. Is Amnesia... Volume... Amnesia... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, her. Yeah. Okay, so it's like... Okay, let's do this.
Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands, after all.
Yes, absolutely it does. And even if she means her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you slow down the pain. You're getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso in that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could, but not right now. Right now, you got a friend to help. Amicia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amicia answers her phone, then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight.
They're here! Sorry, I'm single giggly about it. I've just been a while since I've had any new paints.
Paints? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there's something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got here. There aren't any paints. No tubes, dribbling colors, or pots with their tops partially left unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and two trolls come in. They have pretty similarly shaped horns, and they almost have the exact height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From the uniforms and the douchey, swaggering way they walk, you get the idea there's some sort of law enforcement. That, and the third troll in handcuffs that they're dragging between them.
Thank you, guys! You always bring me the best materials.
They don't say anything. They just bring in the third troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. They then bound to Amnesia and leave the same way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amnesia runs out of the room and comes back with an axe the size of her whole body, you are not loving this. The troll in the tarp trembles and bites back a saw, but they don't have to say anything or try to run. She isn't really gonna do what it looks like she is, right? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is about to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you, presumably their finger plate with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amnesia laughs.
Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal.
She considers you for a few moments, having her claw against her mouth.
I know! You can help me! The only one I ever left. I have one other person help me with my work, and she's out of town right now. But you and I have a connection. You feel it too, right?
You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately. For everyone you meet. You thought you had maybe come across a friend who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first.
You do want to help me, don't you?
You do. We want to more than anything. Amicia looks at you solemnly.
Then, why don't you do the honors?
She holds out her rocks.
I wouldn't honor this to just anyone, but I can tell how special you are.
You're trembling. The troll and the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their faith. Suddenly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. Amicia gives it with you with a smile. God damn it, you forgot about your broken ribs. And with that, you're a human. You just can't pick up gigantic fucking axes with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away like you. Like way more than you think a axe should probably bounce. You look over at Amicia where you are doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of?
How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance.
You nod. Yes, please. Second chance that does not including gruesome murder.
Usually I use chains, but I got a better idea.
Oh god. Oh god. I get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amicia's smile gets even sweeter. Sweet like poison.
Well, you don't want to help me?
The tarp twinkles underneath as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulder and mumble an apology. They to continue to say nothing. Amicia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp.
Hold on tight.
You try. You really do. The problem is you try to hold on tight at the same time you try not to drag the troll out of... Same time you try to troll the... out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life riling up inside you. You're weak and injured. All you end up doing is flopping both of you a little to the side. Instead of coming down on the neck in a clean slice, Amnesia's axe glazes off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And when you know they have not been begging for their life, if they don't have a tongue, so they can't beg, but they sure can yell and thrash and bleed olive green alien blood all over you in the tarp. God, there is so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere. Jesus Christ, you're such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien. Now everything else. Amicia, the work table, most direly the canvas leaning against the wall. Amicia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage.
I can't believe I let you in my hive into my life. I was planning to let you into my pleasure. I thought you were refined, sophisticate. But now I see you're just a Philistine.
She gives you a shove towards the elevator. Your ribs are screaming, and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation.
Forget it. I don't want to hear your excuses. Chocolate was right. You want someone killed, you have to kill them yourselves.
You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Terrible at murder. Oof. Get excited. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. You take Amicia by her tiny hands and twirl her around the studio, or you try to. Forget about your bruised ribs. You sure are doing a lot. You let go of Amicia and careening into one of the tables. Thankfully not one covered in art supplies. You hit the counter and go down into your already sore ass. This is what getting for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend.
Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before?
You shrug against the floor. Amicia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry. Despite the fact that she's a half your size, it makes your ribs hurt, but it doesn't. What? Blah. Amicia lays you down on a weird lumpy couch.
Are you sure you're okay? You look little.
She trains onto nothing. She's looking at you with her left arm, which is draped over yourself awkwardly, like you're trying to hold your torso together.
That color.
At first, she thinks you mean the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you got on. Then you realize in your prancing idiocy you managed to scrape the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amnesia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in your mouth and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amnesia just holds up her finger up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip.
This color, I haven't seen anything like it.
She dashes into one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your blood paints a rusty line in the center. Then he lets out a little squeak of excitement.
This is amazing!
What? Red?
Not red. There are a million of dirty rusties sorting around the city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson. It's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones.
Lucky? You? Yes, very lucky. The luckiest. Though your arm is healed, you're sort of out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happened on this planet. Maybe Amnesia is right. Maybe you are lucky. Painting with blood, let's go! You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself on your own body and all that garbage. Then you open your eyes and you aren't sure you're centered anymore. The fact that you roll completely left, you try to get a random Amnesia, who's back and standing over you with their giant axe.
Watch out!
Amnesia grabs you and drags you down on the couch and plants her hands down on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down.
You'll hurt yourself if you keep walking around like a bleached blender beast. At least you want to be friends, don't you? You want me to help with my artistic aspirations, right?
You get the incredible feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you, just with the tiniest suspicion. It's possible Amnesia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. But you don't like being suspicious of a new friend. But that is a pretty big axe.
I don't know what's got you so worried. I just wanted to show you my axe.
Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it's too heavy for you, and your hand's all sweaty, and you fumble it, fumbling a real sharp weapon. Amnesia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow all the wiggly structure at the end and ends up getting cut, like very cut, above both of your wrists. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better than she'd been trying.
Oh dear.
Hard agree.
Don't struggle. You only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want that, do you?
No, you definitely don't want that. Not if your butterfingers have proven to be. Amnesia gets up the axe down, and you kind of lose track for a little while. You're bleeding all over her couch, and everything starts to get shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple little jars that she uses to catch her blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they're specifically blood jars that look like jam jars. Alien Jam, Space Jam. Oh god, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. It's been the longest movie. Especially about the best PG movie about basketball. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amnesia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back to your forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. You ask Amnesia. She's just a good friend. Before long, you do as honestly a goddamn shark you haven't done before. You pass out. When you come to, you're propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love even if you weren't an invalid. And both of your arms are jammed into the hole in the wall, the med hole, the glory hole of well-being, the magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two painted pink lines. And you take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. Maybe you may not be actively dying anymore, but you did lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around or roll over since you're still on the floor and probably not getting up anytime soon. That's fine. You've met worse floors in your life. Amnesia is sitting in one of her easels. Her hair is pulled back beneath the scarf, a little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and as you watch, she does a brush in it.
I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually kill you back there.
She laughs and you laugh along with her. It's very funny, actually. Actually, everything's funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting.
You, of course. You inspired me.
Well, right now it just looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous.
Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else.
She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to the other side and keep her in line sight. You really hope it isn't another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around canvases one by one. They're all blank, except for one, which has a very little... Wait, no, that's just a shadow. Everyone is still is blank. You haven't sure you understand, and you ask her if all the new canvases, or she just hasn't got the chance on putting on them yet.
No, I've had them forever. I'm just not a real painter. There, I said it.
She buries her face in her hands, taking from between her fingers.
I'm really good at all the other parts. The materials, and the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing our part.
Mood? Mood? She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know much about art. You probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction at least. You don't even have a studio or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course you have no aspiration to be a painter, but you leave that part out.
That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation.
She takes a knee beside you, picking one up. You limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them into a glass window in winter.
Actually, I just finished off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured little buds moaning around my studio. But I couldn't just use your blood, let up all at once. You're far too special for that.
You go on that Amicia. A mist has descended over your vision. It isn't even the mist of imminent death.
I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse.
You will never escape friendship. You will never escape. You are stuck here forever. Yes, a potential new friend approaches. And they looked almost as messed up as you are. Whoa, what the fuck? Well, now, you an alien? You nod enthusiastically. You sure hope your prospective new friend is comfortable with extraterrestrials. Things could get pretty awkward otherwise. You should really, not be outside, Lamau. Feels like you would get picked up in the drills in a high second. No offense, Lamau. I like this dude. I like this dude. You don't like the sound of being picked off by drones. That would really inhibit your companionship plans. You hastily explain to the strange one-eyed troll that you crash-landed on this planet, and you're in desperate search of friendship. Your plight seems to move him. Well, shit. Really don't got anywhere to be. I promised myself if I wouldn't do anything cold or risky. But what the hell, Lamau? Come with me. Name Sarava. Name's Sarava, by the way. You solo Sarava down a twisting stretch of road. Well, this is going already. Bet you'll have a new friend in no time. Alright, he's my hive. You can head out here for now. Got a lot of followers who are pretty into aliens. They might get a kick out of this. Loud. You look around Sarava's hive and awe. They sure have the batshit crazy case and home decor. Checking out my aesthetic. But pretty hard putting this place together. It's all about the look and the VG where you're streaming. Lamau? Don't want my fans think I live in the fucking dumbest memos of my days, depressed and crime. Lamau. It's like sputters, cries, absolutely breaks down. Is this guy me? Lol. It's like, A stoner. For a stoner. You like Moisture Wave? Oh yeah, fucking love it. You have no idea what the hell a Moisture Wave is, but you don't want to offend your new friend. You tell him you love it. Word. I'm actually streaming some chill beats as we speak. Check it. They trust your Tracy Stanley bulbinous alien computer on the screen is a GrubTube channel. Lo-fi aesthetic incubated beats. Wow, they sure have a lot of subscribers. Ask them if they drew that very nice anime girl that they're using as splash art. Nah, I just did some Eastern Italian movie and recolored it to look like me. Fucking nailed it, Lamau. You nod vigorously. This is very impressive. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit for indie online. Build up my own streaming empire. Or my ass off. Lamau. Nurse these beats to health for tragically ill sample loops. Ain't all fun and games though. The life of a popular online guy. You cannot imagine the hardships I've gone through. All in the name of lo-fi, chill hop, aesthetic, moisture wave beats. That shit keeps me up at night. Sarava looks in the middle of the middle distant pensively. Their one eye filling with poignant emotion. You never knew the life of a streamer could be so vaguely filled with torment. You are... Hello. You're moved to cry, said Gilbert to her. Yeah, you get it. You're really vibing on my emotional frequency, my dude. You know how you gotta suffer for popularity. Gotta suffer for number. You nod enthusiastically. You don't know you've been particularly popular, but you're good at suffering. This is going great. I wish I could say more. You get all emotionally vulnerable when I share my tragic backstory, but ever since the incident, it's been so hard to trust new people. You feel me? The incident? This is so tantalizing. You gotta know if you want to make a new friend. Gonna get them to confess their deepest insecurities and embarrassing secrets to you. That is how friendship works. You place a sympathetic hands on Sarava's shoulder. You know what, dude? You really want to be friends? Yes. Yes! You can't believe how pain-free and easy this experience has been! What a wonderfully new friend you're about to make! What a practically feeling the bro embrace you two surely share. They feel good. They feel right. Sure are you. Right. If you're gonna be friends, we gotta work on your look. Your aesthetic is basically hot garbage right now. Wow. My father's kids see me hanging out with a fucking rando like this. I'm sure you understand. It's like, all we do, like, all in the name of YouTube clout. All in the name of clout. You're so thirsty for Karava's sweet friendship's nectar, you have to taste it. You have to taste it. With a friend like them, you could totally go places. You could be someone. You could be down with the hip youth of today. You tell Sarava that you're willing to try anything and to get in the esteemed ranks of their friend list. Well, damn. Hold up, I got an idea. Follow me. Sarava holds you up the winding stairs of their hive. Lining up the walls are pictures of Sarava in strange poses in several different locations. They're surrounded by a few trolls you don't recognize in similar fashions. Fellow members of the Moisture Wave community? Really gotta take that shit down. They all dead to me. Lamau? Wanna ask what they mean literally or not. You never know with trolls, but you keep your mouth shut. Best not to offend your new friend. Let's just move on and never speak of this again. Sarava leads you into a fairly large loft bedroom. This room is less ostentatious than the streaming area downstairs. Well, here we are. Now, welcome to my respite bite. We gonna get you hooked up. Now, you gonna be my new friend. You gotta look the part for streams and stuff, you know. We have to make you look a shitter account too. It's good for my image to have friends. Now, The Pickens have been really slim since the incident. On that ominous note, Sarava presses a button in the wall, and the large door opens to reveal an expansive walk-in closet filled with colorful accessories and clothes. It looks like regular batship neon shirt apocalypse. We'll have at it, unless you want me to pick out a look, Lamau. Do we let them help us? Do we let them help us? They do look pretty fly. They do look pretty fly. With like... Okay. The frickin' update. Frickin' note on frickin' Homestuck trolls. All of them, regardless of what they wear their symbol on their chest somewhere, usually on a black t-shirt. Everything else is accessorized. Let's have Rava help. You admit you have no idea how to dress yourself. You could really use some expert advice. Shit. Cue the makeover sequence, bitch. I'm gonna make you look aesthetic as fuck. He stands in the Trava's closet for a good hour. They go back and forth between various fashion items. Man, this troll's really indecisive. You think you're gonna go blind from all the neon in here? Okay, I'm done. Wow, that was surprisingly hard. You have a hard to dress body, Lamau. Just in general, you kind of fuck up looking TBH. It's chill though, cause you look fly as hell. Look at yourself in the mirror. Wow. Radical. Neato. Iconic. Now, dude, I got set up. Now we gotta get you set up on social medias, my dude. First, selfie time, Laval. You take a variety of cool selfies with Sarava. Wow, this is going well. I'll just post these and promo you. You'll be internet famous in no time, and then we can finally be friends. That's what this is all about, baby. We've worked this the entire time. So Travis' friendship is so close you could smell it. Huh, seems like people are really into you. Check it out. It's true, the likes and comments and subscriptions are rolling in. This way, you'll remember. You some Sarava will definitely never happen. You truly desire friendship, not fans. That's what they all say. All my so-called friends. You're only in it because I was popular. No one ever gave about me. It's a shit as a person. And it's a funny meme to them. A guy they could copy. You know Hivelos are always telling my shit. My look, my music. I'm the first real influencer, but they're violent. There's violent bloods out there taking my shit and getting tons of followers and tons of fucking money. I'm stuck in this shitty hive with no friends because they all turn on me. But it's cool. It's chill. I'm totally chill with it. Let them out. Something shifts in Travis' expression as they get a good look at you. You tense up. Your new friend is acting weird. Ding. What the hell did you do? Huh? What did you didn't do anything. You think you could somehow look and get away with it. All my followers think you're the big new thing because you look like me. We want to know what the hell's going on. When's your new friend stream? What's their sign? You're kidding me. You haven't even done anything yet. You're just like all the rest. Too late for that now. You made me look like a fucking idiot. There's only one thing to do. I didn't really want to come to this, but you left me no choice. I'm writing a call-out post! Ah! They type seriously on their device. You can't stand to look. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. Now no one will be your friend ever again. You'll be forced to live on the outskirts of society. Pariah! You can't even imagine to begin the things that Satrava's writing about you. You must have fucked up so many things in your life to lead you up to this point. There's only one thing to do. Stagger downstairs past all the portraits of Satrava's ex friends. You wonder if they meant the same horrible fate as you. Their grinning faces taunt you with shivers of friendship that can never be. You are outside the front door, of course, hide. Make your way to conveniently say stump. You sit on it and contemplate despair. There's no point of living anymore. Trailing on the hands, you inside. What the fuck? Where did the gun come from? Where? Uh, 0 to 100, real quick. 0 to 100, real quick. Okay. Let's go back. No! Misclick. Pick out your own luck. You let Satrava know that you're perfectly cooking out your own luck. You think you can figure out this fashion business easily enough. What could possibly go wrong? This is child's play. Yeah, man. Fashion's just all about what you feel. It's also what's trending, but you know, we're the ones that set the trends. Statman is a real influencer. Well, now, go for it, my dude. You enter the closet tentatively. As soon as Satrava is out of sight, your civic ego flights like a floating balloon. You don't know what the first thing about hip youth alien fashion is today. You're thinking that this is going to be an absolute shit show. You prepare to make an utter fool of yourself. Well, you might as well get started. Pick out a few accessories off the shelves at random. Wet pink hat. Sure. You pinned it jauntily to the side. Sure, that's cool. You're pretty sure that's cool. Sunglasses. Definitely. That's a no-brainer. No cool guy would be caught dead without a sweet pair of shades. You select the most ostentatious pair available. Well, you're just kidding. Hey, this moisture wave aesthetic just look like the biggest tool possible. Several accessories later. Radical! We look swag! Swaggerino! We look swaggerino! Planning a fight. We look slaggy. Fuck, this shit is transcendent. Wow, you got me speechless. Just damn, look at you. It's like you're a whole new guy. A much chiller and cooler guy that I now gotta be friends with right now. Simultaneously, instantly. We all gotta do is debut you to my hundreds of thousands of followers. This is gonna be fucking great. Let me take some selfies. Your heart is soaring. You did it. You really did it. You're down with the kids. Now Satrava wants to make you take the coveted selfies with you. This night could not be going any better. You make like a complete asshole, but if you can win you popularity with a bunch of alien teenagers, then an asshole you will be. Selling out is amazing. Well, what the fuck you waiting for? Get over here and take some days. You pose with Satrava for several selfies. They put their arm around you in a gesture of newly formed friendship. You're beaming with friendship pride. Hell yeah. These are turning out great. Dang, we killing it. Now all I gotta do is post them. Satrava fiddled around with their phone for a while. You're so nervous. You've never been internet famous before. Or hopefully with fame won't change you too much. Or I hope it will change you. Change you to someone with a lot of friends. Let's roll in it. Oh yeah, I live for this shit. This one guy's asking want any of y'all colleges fill, and this girl on your shades. Damn, a lot of people are asking if you're single. Well, now, don't go for it though. My followers are fucking freaks, dude. You aren't quite sure what filling a quadrant is. Sounds like some funk up alien ritual. But is this anything like friendship? You are all for it. Only one of them is in any way like friendship. Welcome to my twisted internet fame, LaBow. Okay, does anyone want the quadrants explained to them? Or are we going to wait? Are we gonna wait? Are we gonna talk about the quadrant? get out my convenient little chart. It's like, as the masses, are we talking about quadrants? Let's start a poll. Yep. Quadrant tag. Vote now on your phones. It's like, we're gonna take a little bit of a break so I can consume water and you guys can vote. We are there. I've been talking way too freaking much. Okay, we're gonna wait until there's one more vote because it is currently tied. Because I can't. It's like, the reason I ask the masses is because I cannot make a decision on my own currently. Like, mostly because A, I want to do something that is the most entertaining, and B, I've hit that indecisive point of the and it has 4 votes. Okay, one more vote. Please untie it. Please, let there be an odd number. Odd number. Let's go. Come on, we're waiting for the odd number. The unusual and odd number. Strange and unusual numbers. I am a strange and unusual person. Decisions scary. Exactly. Someone asked me, it's like, what color do you want the lights to be right now? They were color changing lights. It didn't matter. I still got decision block, like analysis paralysis, if you will. And it's like, You know what? I'm going to count IDK's IDK's name's request as a secondary yes, so we could explain what quadrants are. I'm gonna grab the wiki, and where's the search button? There we go. Quadrants are the 4 different types. This is being read from the MS Paint Adventures Wiki. Quadrants are 4 different types of romance recognized by trolls. First explained, named through explanation here. The problem is, Homestuck. Try to understand. The problem is, when the subject of troll romance is broached, our aspiring human intelligence instantly assumes that the most integrating posture of surrender, you see, this is gonna get hard when we actually need to read real Homestuck. But we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans only have one form of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider to be the full body of a romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and rule our individual destinies like little else, is still just that, a single linear concept. A concept usually denoted by a singular symbol. Heart. Troll romance is much more complicated than that. Romance needs 4 symbols. The understanding of romance is divided into halves, and then halved again, producing 4 quadrants. The flushed quadrant, the caligulous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically. Depending on the overlapping proprieties one examines, the sharpest dichotomy, from an emotional perspective, is drawn between black and red romance. Red romance is comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants. Its form of red romance rooted strongly in positive emotions. Black romance is caligulous and ashen quadrants, and is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifluctuation has to do with the purposes for the relationship, regardless of the emotions behind it. Those quadrants which are ingratiating. It's like words are hard, and Homestuck is filled with words that are hard. The flushed and caligulous have to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of trolls. Those which are conciliatory, the pale and ashen, would be more closely likened to platonic relationships by human standards. There are many parallels between human relationships and the various facets of troll romance. Humans have words to describe relationships of a negative nature or of a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships would never be conceptually grouped in with romance. Establishing these sort of relationships for humans is not driven by the same primal forces or that drive our tendency to couple romantically, but for trolls, those primal forces invoke themselves in a full palette of these relationships, red or black, toward or friendly. Trolls typically feel strongly compelled to find a balance in each quadrant and seek gratifying relationships that each describes. The challenge is particularly torturous for young trolls, who must reconcile with the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix, while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time. Of course, young humans have this challenge too, but for trolls, the challenge is fourfold. Examine the flesh quadrant. When 2 individuals find themselves in the flesh quadrant together, they are said to be matesprits. Matespritship is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role for trolls' reproductive cycle just as it does for humans. This is pretty obvious. Not much needs to say said about this. Moving right along. Caligulous quadrant. When a pair of adversaries delve into this quadrant, they become each other's chismesis, or chismesis. One of these compusentinel quadrants. It plays a role in the procreation as well. There is no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest would be essentially a potent arch rivalry. For instance, human players would never be able to adequately diagnose this relationship between the queen and her arch agent, but troll players could immediately place it as a dead ringer for a chismicitude. They think we were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive cycle. It's probably best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out competent partners comes with more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the Imperial drone comes knocking, you better be able to supply genetic materials to each to fill his pails. If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation. The genetic material, without going into much detail, is a combination of genetic mix from the mate split and Kismesis pairs, respectively. These pairs are offered to the mother grub, who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines it all into one incestuous slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean that the initial competitions were for naught, however. In the slurry, more dominant genes rise to the fore, which more recessive find less representation in the brood, especially the strong mate strip and Kismesis pairing yield more dominant genetic material. The more powerful the complement or point of the rivalry, the more dominant the genes. Troll reproduction is weird. We all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproductive system is, and further lament the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. Slurry! And we're losing viewers! We're filtering, everyone! We're filtering! Examine the Ashen Quadrant. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of black romantic nature. Falling on the conspiratory side, it has no bearing on the reproductive cycle, except for indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked into a feud or some otherwise conspicuous relationship, one can intervene and become their auspicious. This auspicious mediates between the two, playing the role of peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over to a full-on coligynous rivalry. Since much lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there is a significant need for auspicing parties. Without them, too many ashen feuds would become coligynous and begin to conflict with other exclusive Kismesis relationships, leading to a great deal of social complexity and sore feelings, even more than black romances usually involve. Without auspicism, the results would have been widespread black infidelity. Hi. People just can't handle incest slurries. SMH. The relationships of each quadrant tends to be malleable, if not volatile, especially on the conspicuous where more toward emotions reside. It doesn't take much to flip and transmute black rom feelings to red rom, and vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other has black. It will often be the case that one party's feelings will swap to match the other's, since there is no quadrant for which naturally accommodates for such display. But thereafter, it is not uncommon for two to toggle between red and black in unison. Now and then, these scenarios naturally result in both red and black infidelities. These sorts of relationship volatility is why conciliatory relationships are important. Conciliatory relationships are an important part of troll romance. An auspicious can stabilize particularly turbulent relationships if the auspicious fails to mediate properly, or has no interest in the role, or perhaps has a different romantic intentions him or herself altogether. Then a relationship will often quickly denote into one especially hostile and toward nature. There are many outside factors that influence the tugging and pulling of this relationship in different directions, and unlike humans, who have a very orderly and simple, straightforward romantic relationships without explanation, trolls almost exist as a state of almost perpetual confusion, and generally have no idea what the hell is going on. Being confused by troll relationship is one thing we do have in common though. Examine Pale Quadrant. This quadrant presides over moral allegiance. The other conspicutory relationship of reasonable human translation would be the concept of a soulmate, but in a more platonic sense, with a more specific social purpose. Trolls are a very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-tempered and dangerous than others. To the extent that it is left to their own devices, they would present a serious threat to society or even to themselves. Such trolls have an instinctive pale attraction to an more even-tempered troll, who may become their Moriel. Their Moriel is obligated to pacify the other, to function as the better half. The two partners are in a strong pair relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles, and thus allow for their relationship to be more successful. It is often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond is formed between acquaintances as true moral allegiance, or an unusual variety of platonic or the usual variety of platonic involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of a more flushed nature can often be mistaken for paler leanings, much to the frustration of the suitor. That some pale pairings, as the one above, will be strikingly obvious to all who know them. And yet, some seem to be hatched for one another. Wait, more troll romance exposition, please. God, you cannot get enough of this, can you? What would have been a great point for transition out of this illustration to sociological study, but okay, if you insist. Now, switching my OBS source. Okay. Where is... Now, see what's going on here. It's perfectly simple. When the full matrix of troll romance is in action, well, we have, Hey, why don't you figure it out? It should be an expert on all this by now. Anyway, later, our troll hero. And that gets back into proper Homestuck. Homestuck, which we, wow, graphics! Yippee! You analyze what's happening here. Yeah. But yeah. If you like me to explain more Homestuck things, this is a part of a series called Homestuck for Minimum Wage, where I read the entirety of Homestuck. Homestuck for minimum wage. The goal's in the bottom right corner. If you want to support this goal, go to Buy Me a Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/mmixin to donate repetitively. Those will catch as double, since that is repeated support. Or you could super chat regularly through YouTube's features. Any and all support is appreciated. I'd read. Delicious ad read. Oh! 14 minutes ago. Gambidius. Thank you for the $5. For the $5. Beep beep. Okay. Let me change the frickin' $15 USD. I think that covers this stream and last stream, mostly. Welcome to my twisted internet fame. Lamau. Let's chill out and listen to some beats. You vote? You got a pretty juicy rig downstairs. Before you know it, you're sitting on Sir Alva's couch, watching them finagle with a horrifyingly elaborate fabric that seems to be made out of some living larvae. Flavr places their mouth on what surely must be a bug anus and inhales deeply. The rig makes an awful high-pitched rattling noise. You think you're gonna vomit. Man, that's the good shit. Here you go, dude. You take the trembling insect into your hand. Well, here it goes. Your final hurdle to eternal friendship and popularity. You vape vigorously, inhaling as much as you can. The vapor fills your lung immediately. It burns a lot. You suddenly realize that you're not just quite sure this alien vape tube is compatible with your anatomy. You could have just inhaled a bug-ass full of poison like a fucking idiot. What a way to die. Your vision swims. Yeah, you got it. Just hold it in. Lamau. Tears stream down your face as you hold your double lung full of insect gas. You're sure glad you have on your pair of cool shades, or you would never be able to live this embarrassment down. You're not sure how long you're supposed to do this, as long as it takes. You can exhale now. You cough and sputter, green vapor spewing from your mouth out straight into Carver's face. You did it. You lived. Oh man, that was sick. Your head feels light and woozy. You giggle. The two of you kick back and relax on the couch. You stare up at the ceiling. Wow, when did that huge wasp nest get there? Crazy, man. Sarava's music suddenly sounds a lot more interesting. Dude, today has been way chiller than I ever expected. Oh no. You are officially my best friend for life. Just promise you'll never betray me, love. You promise. This is incredible. You love your new friend. You watch as they effortlessly take another huge rip from their vape rag. I've been burned in the past, Lamau. It's not easy being popular online, especially as a low blood. Used to be such a fun bitch shot. Got into sassy fights with Hive less on shitter. Always had some shit to say. Then shit got out of control. I'm psionic, so bitches started reporting me as way more powerful than I actually am. Wow, trying to get me in all insane shit so I could keep up with my streams. It's all jealousy, you know. My stupid ass friends all turn on me so they wouldn't be targeted next. Homestuck based context. Low bloods tend to have powerful psychic powers, and yellow/gold bloods in particular, are enslaved and used as batteries due to their high psionic potential. Yeah, this shit gets dark. This gets dark. So I took matters into my own hands. Gouged out my fucking eye. Sick as fuck. Can't use me as a battery, bitch. I still got a big following, but I don't really talk online anymore. Lamau. Better just to stay under the radar and not piss people off. Just be chill. And if I don't get close to my followers, then they can't try to use me. Of course, that means I no longer get any more goddamn friends. Well, till you. You are truly moved. What a special bond you have formed with your new friend. To have them open up about their darkest secrets. This is the most significant and transcendent moment you'll have ever experienced. The two of you share this beautiful and tender bro embrace, the likes of which will never be replicated in the known universe again. For all time, forever. Probably. You don't really know. You're high as fuck right now. Damn, they hot. Damn. Damn. That's both parts. I am still conscious. It's still willing to be conscious. I did filter a decent amount with the quadrant talk. It's like, oh god. Filtering, sieving, if you will. Like, yes, sieve. I just find it funny. It's like, okay. Yeah. I can break this up into multiple streams. That is a thing I can do. Brilliant idea. There could be multiple parts, multiple things. Darn it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I needed to check the thing that I receive Muni through for Stripe. Through Buy Me a Coffee and my Stripe, and then it's like, oh yeah, I may need to pay taxes, but luckily they have reassured me. It's like, you probably don't need to pay taxes. Okay. Okay. Switching over. Yeah. Actually. Yeah, taxes are optional. Fun fact. I'm just gonna treat it as extra credit that I really desperately need to do. Like, let's do our taxes, everyone. Let's make the government not angry. Making the government angry is a dangerous prospect. I do not wish to engage with such danger. But yeah. This will not be the last part for the day unless I am especially exhausted. But thank you guys so much for joining me. You are loved. You are appreciated. If you are engaging in substances to get through this indulge responsibly. Thank you so. I already said thank you. Factor the super chat cut. I'm not going to do the thing for minimum. I'm going to, like, when you do minimum wage, you don't actually get all of minimum wage, and also I don't want to discount what people give me. Thank you, auxiliary character, for the 10 USD. I'm not gonna discount what people give me. Everyone is giving for an endeavor, and I'm not gonna nickel and dime y'all. But for my foreign viewers, this will be all transferred to USD, so I understand there's a purchasing power parity, but all of my calculations will be in USD. So for the strangely large amount of South American folk who pay me in Brazilian real, your $5 is gonna turn into like $3, homie. I'm so sorry, but I can't change the value of either of our currencies. But whatever you can give is valuable. Because thank you for supporting, and I thank you for supporting me, and I thank you for supporting, hopefully, your other streamers if they have that option available. Because doing stuff is hard, and creative labor, whether it be entertaining, art, or other such things, is generally unappreciated, and I appreciate you for appreciating art. Thank you guys so much. I am pressing the button in OBS, and since this was the scheduled